with someone new. Yeah, you just want attention. I knew from the start. You're just making sure I'm never getting over you.
Preparation time has expired. The motion for this round is disability that it is better to have two-dimensional partner than three-dimensional partner. So now I'd like to call upon Prime Minister to open your case within 7 minutes. Here.
When you're entering university, probably many people, including me in the past, try to have a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and in order to have a good love relationship that we often see in dramas, animations, and so on. But the point is, so the reality is different from such fictions. So in almost all of cases, such love relationships can cause massive frustration and mental burdens on you. So we think at this point, so as the proposition side of this debate, we believe two-dimensional partner is the best choice for you because such partner never betray and hurt you, not try to follow your wishes forever. So we think we want to propose you two-dimensional partner is the best choice for you. So two things from Prime Minister. First of all, why love relationships in this real world is so unstable and frustrating thing for you. And secondly, why two-dimensional partner is the best choice for your happiness and stability. So going to the first argument. So I personally concede love relationships itself can be a good thing for you. But it's true only when such love relationships can go well. And I, as a senpai of this university life, want to introduce you two things that I realized through my university life about how love relationships in this real world is so difficult to operate for yourself. So first of all, it's highly difficult for you to get a good person in the first place because the person whom you admire or whom you like is possibly the one whom also the other people like and also admire. It means such good person can be already the other's girlfriend or boyfriend. So it's really difficult for you to get such best person that you want through your university life. And secondly, also it's really difficult to see actual personality of that partner for a short term before obtaining such love relationships. What I mean by this? So in many cases, so many people try to have some dating or conversations with their partner before entering such love relationships. But the point is, so it's really difficult for you to examine what kind of personality and characteristics such person exactly has. Probably in such dating and conversation, you think that your partner is really kind and sweet to you. But after entering love relationships, you realize the gap between your expectations and the reality. Probably such maybe partner can be really lazy, for example, or can be really offensive against you, and you feel disappointment against such kind of person, and finally break up with your partner, or you have so much frustration from these love relationships. I think such situation is really bad because you always have to struggle about your partner and also love relationships, and maybe happiness you can feel through your life can be decreased so much. I think that's bad. And secondly, damages from love relationships can be really devastating for you. So, for example, if such problems and with your partner and also breakup can occur, probably the damages can be really, really huge compared to other problems you have through your life. Because usually love relationships in many cases can be a basis of your life. You spend so much time maybe with your partner, and maybe you try to consult everything you're worried about with your partner. It means your partner always can control your mental stability through your life. So in that sense, what kind of problems actually does occur into you and maybe such kind of individuals? For example, if you have some quarrels with your partners, probably that's maybe these devastating harms on you because you always have to struggle about how you can recover maybe such love relationships, and you try to concern your boyfriend and girlfriend. You always have to bear everything, even you cannot understand it, and that because love relationship is the basis of your mental stability and daily lives. So as long as such basis can be devastated by your partner, maybe by such quarrels, maybe that's something really unstable that you should avoid in the first place. And if you, in the worst scenario, if you break up with your partner, also harms can be really devastating. Because for example, you can possibly use community if you share maybe such community with your boyfriend or girlfriend, because it's really difficult for us to stay close to your boyfriend or girlfriend if you break ex-boyfriend or girlfriend if you break up, right? So you can possibly lose friends, you can possibly lose maybe places you can feel comfortable. I think that's so bad. And also you can feel so much loneliness because you lose such kind of basis of your life and mental stability. So such kind of loneliness is something maybe you cannot stand up anymore. Probably that maybe can lead, for example, you think maybe you don't want to make boyfriend and girlfriend forever. Maybe you cannot find anything that covers such kind of loneliness forever. I think all of such harms should be avoided for you. In that sense, why two-dimensional partner is the best choice for you? Two reasons. First of all, about flexibility. So about love relationships under the reality, probably it's really difficult for you to control everything about love relationships. You have to spare so much time, you have to spare so much money in order to give some presents, in order to have some dating with a boyfriend or girlfriend. I think that's also frustrating thing for you. But in the two-dimensional partner, probably you can decide everything about love relationships. You can decide maybe how much time and money you spend for them. And also you can change your partner depending on your temporary feeling life. For example, maybe one day you can choose probably Akai-san in maybe Detective Conan, for example, and one day you can choose maybe Kaito Kitto and Detective Conan 2. I think that's really important because you can choose a partner who is suitable for your life and temporary feeling, and that leads stable maybe happiness, and you can try to balance out your daily lives and love relationships so stably. I think that's really important, and that's something that love relationship in the real world cannot provide you forever. And secondly, more importantly, such two-dimensional partner will never hurt and betray you, and that can follow your best wishes, right? Because usually such actions and personality of a two-dimensional partner will be created with your wishes and with your thinking in your brain. It means that person cannot betray and hurt you compared to the partner in the real world who cannot truly understand you and can unintentionally hurt and betray you, right? So and rather maybe such two-dimensional partner is much better because such maybe demands and also wishes that you have can be usually understood well by yourself, right? So it means that two-dimensional partner can fulfill all of wishes and thinking that you have through reflecting your demands and thinking to such two-dimensional partner in your brain. I think such kind of situation is really important in order to have a stable and maybe fruitful happiness through your life. So all of these reasons, I think two-dimensional partner is much better compared to love relationship under the real world. Thank you so much.
We believe that from side optician, romantic relationship has mainly two goals. The one, feel the sense of satisfaction and the mental security and the mental stability. And two, feel and have the mutual support and help when each side have difficulty in daily life. We believe that from side optician, three-dimensional partner provides both benefit and efficacy in compare to the side of the two-dimensional partner that are an apparently suitable partner for your daily and the long-term stability, long-term life. That's why we are very proud about this policy. I'm going to talk to you mainly two things from the lead-up optician. Number one, how the couples feel the sense of psychological satisfaction from the actual communication in daily life. And secondly, how the couples can mutually grow up and mutually help by daily interaction in compare to the one-liner relationship that is to the two-dimensional partner. All my rebuttals are included throughout. So onto the first issue about how the couples and how the individual feel the sense of satisfaction from the actual communication but from the three-dimensional partner. We believe that from the optician benches, the most exclusive benefit of the three-dimensional partner is they are the most closer and the actual existence for your daily life itself in compared to the three-dimensional partner. In terms of that occasion, I'm going to provide the two main benefits. Number one, in terms of the personalization, we believe that three-dimensional partner provide the most personalized response and encourage for your daily life in comparison to the two-dimensional partner itself. Because the three-dimensional partner see the actual personality and an actual value and way of thinking of you for the boyfriend or the girlfriend itself. That's why when the boyfriend had a very sensitive personality, also the girlfriend can understand how to talk and then how to encourage their boyfriend in their daily life. Or if the girlfriend is very talkative, also the boyfriend can adjust and can optimize their communication for them. That's why in terms of the personalization, three-dimensional partner can provide the most important and most sustainable the psychological satisfaction for you and for the partner. In compared to that, exactly two-dimensional partner sometimes then apparently comfortable for the response and for the encouragement, for the help, but it does not solve any problem in the daily life. For example, if you face some problem in their job in the job and in the corporation, two-dimensional partner does not cater your personal damages and personal harms in daily life, and they cannot understand how that boyfriend and how the girlfriend is actually suffering from the senseless and careless comment from the boss and from the coworker, from the customer or itself. That's why the three-dimensional partner can be the most closer existence and can be most closer consultant for your daily life. And that's why the individual can feel the sense of the satisfaction and sense of the mental security on the side of the house. Secondly, in terms of the sense of the unity, the most important things, and later, most important things for the romantic partner is they have the annual birthday and an annual anniversary day itself. That's why the couples can mutually encourage and mutually celebrate by having there some date or some party or some day in their daily life itself, and also by compiling their daily life and their anniversary, the anniversary and an annual anniversary, they will increase. For example, the day of the first date or the day of the day of proposing or the day of the wedding or an etc. By having the increased amount and increased number of the annual birthday and an annual anniversary, individual and couples can have the sense of unity. They share the same memory and they share the same material present on itself. Okay, I'm going to take your POI.
Okay, if the partner in the real world is so perfect as you're illustrating, why many couples choose breakup or maybe choose divorce?
Okay, I'm going to talk to you on that point in my second argumentation. So, in compared to that, the exactly two-dimensional partner seems superficially good, but sometimes when you face the actual day, it is sometimes empty, because it does not get out from the two-dimension. For example, the comic books, for example, in animation and etc. That's why if you want to celebrate the birthday, or if you want to celebrate the annual memory, they cannot. Those boyfriend or girlfriend in the comic books and in the animation does not celebrate at the end of the day. That's why in terms of the sense of unity, we can bring the more sense of the satisfaction. So onto the second issue, how the couples can mutually grow up by daily interaction. We believe that romantic relationship is a mutual interaction by the different partners. They have the different ideology, different value, different lifestyle, different way of thinking. By optimizing and by adjusting those different difference is the important point of the romantic relationship, because they have the individual, they have the human, they have to grow up in their daily life itself. That's why if they face some conflict because of the difference of the ideology, a difference of the value, or a difference of the lifestyles, they can consult with each other by deep discussion. They can mutually talk and then how to solve the problem and how to optimize their difficulty itself. two-dimensional partners is perfectly controllable by other third parties. For example, the screenwriter or a producer or the cartoonist, etc. They created the ideal partner which have the perfect reaction and the perfect ideology for your partners itself. That's why you cannot grow up by as one individual itself. So the Prime Minister has said their partners have sometimes faced a breaking up. We believe that it is rather good because the meaning of the breaking up is that the person that you love is not the suitable person for your life, for your future itself. That's why you can easily learn from the harm, from the problems, from the breaking up to the next relationship itself. That's why we are very proud to propose this policy. Thank you.
No matter, I'm sorry, like if your 3D partner is perfect enough, I think you should keep him or her, because the possibility having such kind of partner is almost like miracle. But we believe as the government side, no matter how your partner is kind to you, as long as they are a human being who naturally prioritize themselves the most, you will somehow face to such kind of like stressful situations. For example, you need to like worry that you might lose your partner some days, or like you need to bear from the stress or anxiety every single time when your partner goes to drinking party or so forth. However, the things we support, I mean the two-dimensional partner will never make us like hurt, will never make us feel like this kind of stressful situations. That's why we're proud to propose this motion today. So mainly two things in my speech. Number one, whether or not these three-dimensional partner would bring such kind of mental like better situations, which the previous speaker has told us. But secondly, considering the very best case, why 2D partner is much more better than the 3D partner. So all the reputations is going to be integrated in my speech. So moving on to the first point about the things coming from their side of the house. So Yoshii-san has came up and told us that these 3D partner is very good because they can like celebrate the annual day, or like they can share the memories or so forth. However, we believe those kind of benefits is never mutually exclusive at the very first place. Why is that so? Because number one, even for the 2D partner, we do like share such kind of annual like days. For example, some otaku people use the countdown apps and count how long they have been like knowing each other, or like they will like buy a very very pretty birthday cake when their oshikara's is a birth when their oshikara's birthday comes, or so forth, right? Therefore, such kind of like sharing memories or such kind of celebrating things is not mutually exclusive at the very first place. But secondly, it's also because it's also like not unique for those partners, because we couldn't hear any reasons why those kind of things has to be done with your partner. It can also be done with your parents or with your friends, or like if you have money, you can actually like hire some kinds of like persons who will like join your birthday party or so forth, right? No, thank you. So we believe it doesn't have to be that like 3D partner at the very first place. But thirdly, we believe that the quality of the annual memories or those sort of things is going to be rather better on our side of the house. Why is that so? Because naturally, people forget about their own annual days, right? For example, if like you spend really long time with your partner, your partner might forget about when was the annual day at the very first place, or like they might make a mistake, like or like they might make a mistake and think that the annual day is the day of which was for your ex-girlfriends or so forth, right? And as long as people do make a mistake, we believe the possibility that you yourself getting like hurt of like being forgotten or so forth, or like feeling some kinds of loneliness exists. So we believe it is the quality of the annual memory is not going to be better in their side of a house. So so we believe that the mental stability or those sort of things is going to be better on our side of a house. But I will take your POIs. 言われてなかったですか？はい。Okay.
So if you see there, it can be alternated by the friends and the family and then other partners. It can be also alternated by the two-dimensional partners. The core issue of this debate is about the value judgment and characterization and comparison based upon the two-dimensional partners and three-dimensional partners.
Okay, thank you for a nice introduction for my second speech. So for my second argument, so let me compare things coming from both sides of a house and which can make a better love relationships. So firstly, let me like explain how it's not good on their side of the house. So they have came up and told us that this actual communication is going to be like, it's going to benefit for the love relationship. But we believe it is never ever true, because like, because like for example, for the case of mental stability, mental support or those sorts of stuff, like simply because like understanding the seriousness of your concern, it's very like difficult for others. That's why like that is the very reason why like the likelihood of like fulfilling like supporting each other or like benefiting from such kind of actual communications is extremely low on their side of the house. Why is that so? Because A, like your partner doesn't exactly share the same experience as you, but B, because your partner also like has their own daily life, so like they might not have such kind of capacities consulting yourself. For example, they might be like busy working, or like they might be busy studying, or so forth, right? Therefore, like the even if we take like their best, like the likelihood is really low on their side of the house. But things coming from our side, two-dimensional partner is much more better, because like you can see and imagine whenever you want, and you can hear like the words that you really want from your imaginary like partners in your own minds, right? Therefore, in terms of stability of relationship and the quality of the support, we believe two-dimensional partner is much more suitable. So that's why we're proud to propose this motion today. Thank you.
I start my speech. We don't think real partner is perfect twin. Having real partner fails to realize that world is uncontrollable and accidental. But this accidental or variance provide you personal support and personalized support and encouragement to beat your weak point for you to improve your personality. And moreover, real partner's mental is changeable, depend on situation. For example, if you come in doubt, you might care about, you might be rejected. Or if you, for example, given the present, you always have to think about what kind of present is appropriate for yourself. But such kind of like a sense of fear or rejected was its agony and frustration also exciting to make your experience as more valuable. But this is why we think real partner is much more better. 3 things in the speech. At the first place, is it true that virtual partner provide stability? So the government side has said like a virtual partner is so stable and you can get more better like a relationship. However, we don't think so. But why is that? Because So we think this is not there is a massive amount of not mutually exclusive point. For example, first, at the end of the day, you must be like depend on like one character or one like a virtual partner, because you spending massive time, massive money for one like a partner, and you satisfy yourself. On that occasion, it is actually like depending on one person. That is why on that point we don't think this is like exclusive. And more secondly, so in some time at the end of the day, like services or like becoming new, making new like content might be finished by like a maker or by the provider of the games or software. That is why also such kind of relationship might be ends at the end of the day. And lastly, like because thirdly, like because this such kind of content is provided by other person, that is why so you might be like disappointed because the character do not like act what you actually like accept. That is accept. That is why expect. That is why we don't think that 0 point is unique. And moreover, because in their side of the house, more like a harsh competition, you have to face more harsh competition because this is character, and this character is supported by massive amount of the fan, and because of other fan, it's more like a closer. That it means paying more money or more time for the one character. You have to realize that I'm lose my other person and so forth. That is on that occasion, we don't think like our partner is virtual partner is like a stable actor. Moving on to my second part about even if like you break up with real partner, but the experience in and of itself improve yourself. What do I mean by this? First, on the first place, breaking up make not so like a strong damage as the government side illustrated, because you might have, for example, friends you can consult, or other person you consult the situation and so forth. That is why, of course, you might get some like a damage, but this damage is not necessarily so huge to like stop everything as the government side illustrated. And more secondly, if you break it up, how you have to say that you have to fix this point, or you at this point it's like a don't like or so for such kind of like a statement you have to get from the partner. On that occasion, you have to realize that my points is this point is like not like a perfect or so forth. Such kind of idea will be provided by your partner. For example, if like if you for example, for example, if your usage of money is not like appropriate, for example, and you have to state it about your partner, on that occasion you have to like reflect such kind of comment from your like a left, right, or so forth. Such kind of reflection can be done in your side of the house, and this is so exclusive because as a leader of opposition illustrated, but this kind of a virtual partner is controlled by like a company or so forth, and such kind of company have no incentive actually making so like a realized bad point for your customer. That is why such kind of fixing and pointing out your weak point is like a so unique point in our side of the house. But it's like even if like a worst case, at worst case you break up, but better consequence might be get.
That point. I think like saying I don't like you, or like saying let's break up, or like your that point is bad, or so forth, is a kind of a high hurdle for some people. It's so difficult or to be achieved at the very first place. So then how are you guys going to like get such kind of benefits at the first place?
Okay, so let's be realistic. No one say suddenly I don't like you, let's break up. Before this kind of statement, you have a lot of experience that like your like a relationship gradually going bad, and throughout this going bad processes, you have to realize that at some point where it's bad or so forth. That is why so throughout this process you can realize you can get such kind of benefit. Moving on to my last point about why like uncontrolledness, unclearness is exciting for you, for yourself. So we think like a real in case of a real partner, you can't like expect the best goal at always. However, so because this is not like always, you can enjoy a love relationship with yourself. For example, like in case of you coming out, you of course you have to get fear about you might be rejected what you like or what you want to go out with. However, so because this is fearful or like their frustration, you have to think about where you coming out, or what kind of present you provide, you give him or her on that point or so forth. And such kind of thinking about in and of itself will be so exciting because you have to using your brain massively in order to make more better result of coming out or so forth. And this kind of process is I think really exciting for you. So we think going out with real partner is uncontrollable, of course, but it provides it provides your personality more better and provide good time for you. That is why we oppose.
Again, romantic relationship is the never-ending journey in the deep darkness. Sometimes they face the conflict, they face the problems, and in the very midnight, and somewhat you suffer the continuation of the relationship or the sustainability of the relationship itself, because you cannot enlighten around you because it is a never-ending the darkness. But we believe that by overcoming the struggle that you face, you can construct the strongly unified relationships. That's why we can enjoy this journey until the end. We are very proud to post. I'm going to talk to you simply two things. Number one, does the perfectness that which mainly provided from the government side become the important criteria to continue and to construct the romantic relationship itself? And secondly, how the uncontrollability and an actual relationship is very important criterion to continue the romantic relations. So onto the first issue about does perfectness important criteria for the romantic relationships or not? So the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister continuously said that the two-dimensional partner does not betray, and two-dimensional partner is very suitable and can say the perfect words that you want to get and you need in their daily life itself. But in the first place, we already rebutted that the two-dimensional partner is not personalized for your struggle, for your agony, or for your problems that you want to say and that you want to be said. For example, if you have some problems in the relationships with the co-worker in the company, the two-dimensional partner, for example, the detective boys Conan or for example, Heiji Hattori, does not cater any the harms and any gravity of the problems for you facing. That's why if you have the boyfriend and a girlfriend in the three-dimensional and actual life, they can be actually meet and actually set and encourage that the most appropriate word that you want to get. And secondly, even if that sometimes the two-dimensional partner is a perfect, that perfectness does not stabilize, does not raise up your humanity and your value for the future itself. That's why imperfectness, my partner provided, is the important essence and the spice to continue to excite the romantic relationship at all. For example, if your boyfriend and a girlfriend have some betrayal relationship with the others, also it sometimes is this and the conflict and struggle for the continuation of the relationship. But sometimes you can consult, you can talk, and you can deeply analyze what your partner and what you yourself in itself want to get in daily life. That's why imperfectness sometimes becomes the important point to continue and to stabilize and to unify the sense of the satisfaction and sense of the unity in daily life. And more importantly, on our side of the house, for example, imperfectness, meaning that you cannot expect what partners act and what partners do for your life itself. So sometimes the partner give the surprise for your birthday, surprise for the daily life, surprise for the annual ceremony itself. Those imperfectness and uncontrollability and unforeseeability in itself is a very important point for your daily life and spiritual satisfaction itself. And secondly, it is very simply, and for the spiritual satisfaction and for the continuation of the relationships, the mutual relationship and mutual encouragement and mutual support in itself is a very important point to grow up and to raise up your humanity and personality. We are very proud to oppose. Thanks for listening.
The biggest failure of opposition side is that they never prove to us why all the benefits provided by the opposition side is really likely to occur, right? So three benefits have been provided by the opposition side. First of all, about personalized support by the partner to you. Probably such partner can cooperate with you and try to make such you can consult everything you're worried about with your partner. But the point is, we never heard from any position or opposition side how such kind of partner can actually support you really well, and how such partner can truly understand the agony that you have. So from Prime Minister, we've continuously told you so how it's really difficult for partners and maybe people related to love relationship to understand each other and try to cater each other, right? So as long as they never prove this point, I think personal support doesn't stand at all. And secondly, also maybe such love relationships can provide a good opportunity for you to grow up, maybe as a adults in a society. But also, they never prove you how such love relationships can contribute to such opportunity at all. Probably such maybe your partner can be a person who doesn't care about bad points that you have. Probably you can be lazy forever because your partner allow you to be so. Probably as long as true, also that kind of benefit cannot stand. And thirdly, about uncontrollability also can leaves happiness for people. But uncontrollability is really big wording, right? Because uncontrollability can go to good way, but also can go to bad way. Probably if it can go good way, probably it can be really good memory for couples. But in almost all cases, such kind of situation can be really frustrating thing. Probably you cannot understand why your partner cannot understand you, why such kind of happening that happen. As long as such situation is more likely to occur, I think all benefits is nonsense at all in this debate. In that point, what government provided in this debate is two things. First of all, maybe the possibility of success, maybe of love relationships in the real world is really, really low. So because it's really difficult for people to examine what kind of personality characters that your partner has, it's really difficult for people to actually have a good relationship forever. And also, even if you can find out, so it's really costly for people to sustain such love relationship. This is why many people and many couples choose to break up finally, right? So, but on the other hand, two-dimensional partner is a really good choice for you, because two-dimensional partner can take action and it can be a good person based on your wish, based on the thinking in your brain. Always they can cheer you up, and also always they can be really, really good person to you. Because as opposition side claim to us, that such persons inside maybe in the screen is usually created maybe by the such animation and comics makers behind such character to be a good person who can be cheered up by the society, right? So probably such person can be a really good person for you in the first place. And also, all the benefits provided by government's opposition side also can be solved through alternative ways, as my partner clearly told you. For example, about personalized support, it's really possible that you can consult such maybe your agony with, for example, friends, family, and also through SNS in anonymity. Probably you can come out, come out to your agony through SNS, maybe because, and also many people can share it together. I think it's enough. But more importantly, probably secondly, maybe harms provided by love relationships under the real world can be really, really serious. This is what I have concern, right? So maybe maybe the true thing in this debate is this: the two-dimensional partner will never betray and hurt you, and no reputation doesn't come from oppositional side at all, right? As long as it's true in our side, maybe some people cannot maybe feel satisfaction so much in our side of the house, but still maybe you can guarantee maybe opportunity where people will not be hurt by the partner. On the other hand, in their side, there are massive possibility that partner will betray and hurt you, and that can be maybe that can traumatize you so much. Probably such kind of harms should be seen so well. So at this point, we think government side is the best choice for you. So probably back to propose.
Now all speech is over. Thank you for your nice cooperation.